guys, it's Jessica from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with a video of underrated romance recommendations. Now, these are books you have to read. I really love them, and some of them I was shocked did not have more reads on Goodreads. I'm going by Goodreads ratings, so they all have less than 2,000 ratings on Goodreads, and I was shocked by some of these because some of them are books I absolutely love, their authors I absolutely love, and I'm like, why are more people not reading them? And I definitely need to do a better job at reading less popular books because I love helping, supporting, and shouting about authors that might not be as popular and showing people those authors. And I have not been doing that a lot this year, but I did do that this month with the first book I have, which is Killer of Mine by Alexis Grace. This one is a debut. It did come out this year. I was having a fantastic time reading this. This one is a Why Choose serial killer romance. So the heroine is a daughter of a serial killer, and first shout out to Adrienne in my Patreon reading sprints. She said she was reading it and I was like, say no more. It is a serial killer's daughter with FBI agents, and I immediately downloaded it, forgot about my entire TBR, read this. So this was so good. This is Why Choose. It's book one. The author is works full time, and she is not coming out the second book until next year. Just know that. It's not a huge cliffhanger at the end, but it's definitely still a cliffhanger. But anyways, the plot. This one is our heroine who in the beginning, she's a detective. She had gotten out of that life, and now she's a detective because her goal is to join the FBI to actually put her father away. And people know who he is, but have never been able to catch him now. And so she accidentally slips up, and the FBI figure out who she is. They figure out her real identity, and there are 4 FBI agents who are all best friends on the same team, live together, and they are on this case. And the serial killer starts killing where they are because she's there. And her dad knows. So he is killing people, leaving little messages for her, and she's teaming up with the 4 FBI agents to track down her father. Now that they know who she is, because she's like got now an ankle monitor, and they're like, we don't trust you, and you can help us if you want to not get in trouble. So they all fall in love. And it's definitely super spicy. There's just a lot of sexual tension between them. We get spice super early on, which I love, like 25%, and I was like, yes, give it to me, please. And yeah, she has different relationships with the guys. The guys have all very different personalities, and there's some twists that I didn't see coming, and I had so much fun reading this book. So more people need to discover it, more people need to read it. Please. Like, I just love romantic suspense. This one had it. It was so good. Okay, so the next I'm actually going to talk about 2 books by this author, because this is an author where I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, how are more people not reading this author? Because I've been reading her for literal years. So that is going to be KK Allen. I love her, and if you love small town romantic suspense, like, why are you not reading her? So this one is The Firefly Effect, which is her newest release. This only has 500 ratings on Goodreads, and I was shocked. So this is about our heroine who, when she was younger, she had a best friend who came to visit their town. They live like by a lake, and she was murdered by the Firefly Man, and this is a serial killer, and they never figured out who it was. And so the heroine has a lot of trauma from that. She goes to therapy for it, and now in the present day she has her therapist who has decided to leave, and a young single dad takes his place, and her relationship is with that man, and the Firefly Man is killing again and getting closer to their town. And so they're trying to figure out who the Firefly Man is and who had killed her best friend from all those years ago. So I had a lot of fun reading this. It's single dad. They fall really hard for each other, and then we have that mystery surrounding who the killer is. And if you just like romantic suspense, I think you would really love this one. And now her other series that's my favorite is the... oh my gosh, what series is this? I never remember series names. Camp Bexley series, I believe. So Moments in Time is my favorite in the series. This is book 2. There are 4 books in here, and she has told me, so I've met her at a bunch of signings before. She said book 4 is going to be my favorite, which I have not gotten to yet, but I've read the first 2. This one's my favorite so far. These are taking place around this camp that this family owns, and in this one, it's a second chance romance. I'm pretty sure in this one, so like they all own the camp, all the brothers, and in this one, I think that she ended up marrying his best friend and then divorcing him and then coming back and working at the camp. Yes, so I'm pretty sure she ended up having to like get married to his best friend because he never wanted to be with her. So it is kind of like a second chance at a first chance, which is always one of my favorite tropes. So I had such a good time reading this. It's been a while. This one came out in 2022, so I don't remember the plot as much as I should, but I'm excited to read books 3 and 4 in the series. So if you really love small town, I would definitely check out KK Allen. She deserves so many more readers because this one only has 500 ratings on Goodreads, and I was shocked. So I'm pretty sure she ended up having to like get married to his best friend because he never wanted to be with her. So it is kind of like a second chance at a first chance, which is always one of my favorite tropes. So I had such a good time reading this. It's been a while. This one came out in 2022, so I don't remember the plot as much as I should, but I'm excited to read books 3 and 4 in the series. So if you really love small town, I would definitely check out KK Allen. She deserves so many more readers because this one only has 858 reviews. So please read this. So then I have actually a newer one that I found because this author was at a Polycon and she had her like author banner, and that banner had the art of this book, and I was like, a sapphic fantasy romance, give it to me. Now this one's pretty cozy, which I am entering my like cozy era, so I really enjoyed this one. There is no spice though, so definitely know that, but her next book coming out is sapphic, which I'm excited for. So this one is a demon and I don't remember what she is. A demon, prince, and a princess. She's just a princess. She does have magic. I don't remember like what her title is. She has magic and she's a demon, half succubus. So she is kicked out of her brother's house because he wants to move in with his boyfriend. And so she is just like at this tavern, and the princess comes in, and the princess needs a place to stay. So she lets her crash in her room. And then they quickly realize that the princess does not have any magic and that her magic was stolen. So they have to go on this journey to find her stolen magic. And the half demon, half succubus is a little bit of a hot mess, but she will do anything to help her and even tap into some of her dangerous magic in order to help her. And they have a bit of a time crunch to help her get her magic back, which I'm not going to say why, but this one was so cute. I really enjoyed it. I definitely am excited for more from this author, and she's definitely someone to check out. And this one only has 691 reviews. So if you want a cozy, witchy, sapphic fantasy, read this one. Then I do have The Spy and I. This one has 1,200 reviews, and this is a spy romance, and I had so much fun listening to this audiobook. I did it when I was driving to Tennessee, I believe. I was driving somewhere and I listened to this audiobook, and now the heroine has a twin sister, and she goes to visit the twin sister, and a guy sits down when they're supposed to like go out to dinner, and she's like, ugh, did my sister like really set me up on a blind date? Like, how annoying. And the guy is like, I need things from you. And she's like, what the heck are you talking about? Her sister's a spy, and this guy wants things from her sister, and they think she's her sister, and she's like, what the heck? So this other guy swoops in and claims to be her sister's partner, wanting to save her, and then he's like, we gotta go to these foreign countries, we gotta go find your sister. So they go on this like whirlwind adventure, and the guy that's her sister's partner is actually the love interest. So if you want just a really fun action-packed and you love those kind of spy movies, read this book, because it's definitely those movies in a book, and I personally love those movies, and so I thought this was a fun time. I did give it 4 stars, and I just think that it's a subgenre that I really want more of. So if you are like me and love those kinds of movies, read this one. Okay, then I have one that is probably at the tippy top of the like cutoff for this. This just has 2,000 reviews, but that is The Shake Off by Lulu Moore. I think Lulu Moore needs so many more readers because I'm obsessed. I am reading the 3rd book in the series right now, and it's so good. These are baseball romances, and this one is actually about like this guy who's a playboy, and he has a one-night stand with our heroine, and she's like, it was fine. Like, I wasn't really like impressed with our time together. And he freaks out, and then he starts getting into this funk, and I think he's a pitcher, and he like can't play. He's like, I am cursed now because this woman said I was bad in bed. And so he continues to try to find her, and she is in publishing, and she really wants to be promoted, and he can help her because he's this hotshot rock star baseball player. And so he ends up like getting them invited to like the lead publisher's like party. That's just like this elite party that you have to be like somebody to get invited to. And so she ends up having to like help him help her, and it's really fun. I love the premise of this one. Definitely check this one out if you have the chance. The first one is my favorite. It's a second chance romance, but that one is more popular than book 2. But Lulu Moore is just such a great baseball romance author, so please read her. So good. Okay, so then we have the last 2, which I've actually talked about these a lot. That's why I kept them for the end. But A Deal with the Demon by Kay Lorraine and Meg Ann only has 1,600 reviews. And I'm just like, but this book is so good. This is first, the audiobook, amazing. So if you did not know, one of the authors is actually a audiobook narrator. And I'm like 80% sure I'm correct, so I don't want to say it in case I'm wrong, but I'd like the name. I know she's an audiobook narrator because I saw her name at a signing, and I was like, wait, you're you? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, what? And so she narrates the audiobooks, so just go look at that. And it has different heroes, different narrators, because it's why I choose. And so she is married to someone who's abusive, and so she makes a deal with a demon in order to get away. And then she ends up falling in love with the 3 guys that she runs away to. So she gets to work at this like bar, and it's owned by twins. And then this hacker guy, who I just remember as Teddy Hamilton, like that's all I remember about this hacker guy. I don't remember his name, but Teddy Hamilton is the narrator, and he is just like helping her get a new identity, and he's just like a loner, doesn't want to deal with anybody. And the twins, one's like definitely like playboy, very suave, and the other one, he is definitely a little bit more damaged and quiet and reserved, and she has a romance with all 4 of them. But the demon's kind of psycho, and so I feel feel like he's gonna try to take them all out, so we're gonna try to take him out. I don't know if they're all 4 gonna end up with her or just the 3 and something's gonna happen with a demon. I don't know, but it is so fun and it gets a little action packed at the end. So if you really like Why Choose, pick this series up. It's so good. Okay, the last one's because I was looking to make sure that her new release was doing well, and it is. And I was like, thank goodness people are reading her new release because I'm obsessed. But that's Danielle Allen. Curvy Girl Summer is amazing. Go read it. But it has over 2,000 reviews, so amazing for her. I love that because it just came out last month. But Business Casual. I've talked about this book nonstop for the past 2 years, and it still has less than 1,000 reviews. And this book is a like office romance. The heroine meets the hero on her way to an interview, and they meet in the lobby, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, who are you? And they exchange numbers, and then she goes into her interview, and he's one of the people interviewing her. He's the boss. And they're like, listen, we aren't technically employee boss yet until you start tomorrow. So let's just like do this one night when it's technically not, you know, not allowed, and then we'll go on our merry way. So they do have a one-night stand, but they really liked it, and then they had to work together, and so obviously they can't keep their hands off of each other, and it was so good. Danielle Allen writes spice so well. Truth or Dare is my other favorite book by her, but Curvy Girl Summer, I honestly might be my absolute favorite book by her now, but she writes such good romances. So Business Casual, please read it. It's a shame not more people have read this book. Okay, so those are my recommendations for underrated romances. Like I said, all of these have less than 2,000 ratings on Goodreads and need more readers. Like, how have people not picked these books up? Please pick these books up and let me know if you have any other underrated romances that you're like, people just like, I need to shout about it. People need to read it. Let me know in the comments. I would just love to read more books that aren't as hyped as like a lot of the ones I've been reading lately. So yeah, let me know in the comments, and that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.